I actually think, one of the best pieces of advice was given to me by Michael Burry, who is a fantastic investor, and then I think Michael would not quibble with my definition of him as a home run investor. I mean, he's a guy that he is looking for extreme value, and I think that can take personally a lot of volatility because he's got great conviction that he's ultimately going to be right. One of the things he told me very early in my career was find ideas that work best in your hands. And what I found is that my personality and my skill is not particularly good, or at least I don't feel like I'm very adept at the high risk, high reward, and it's not even high risk, just variable ideas where there's a wide range of possible outcomes and there's a potential home run scenario. I'm much more of an on-base percentage, high probability type investor. I'm attracted to businesses that are very high quality. Where the other thing is, I personally don't want my track record or performance in any given meaningful period to be entirely dictated by one or two large positions. In other words, if I get one wrong, or if I'm unlucky, which happens to everybody, I think, I don't want that. I don't want that piece of luck to define sort of my performance, because I feel like that if you believe you have some skill, what you want to do is you want to spread that skill over enough ideas to make the skill be to have a large enough sample size to allow the skill to play out. And but I think that there's a limit in the sense that obviously sometimes you see an idea, and I have in my career a couple of times seen an idea that I felt almost absolutely certain was going to work out. And I've been tempted to put a very large percentage of the portfolio in it. And when I was an individual investor, I did that to my heart's content. And what I discovered is that most of the time my high confidence was misplaced, in the sense that there was always, it seemed like it never worked out exactly as it should, although many of them did fine. I'm glad that I have had that experience as an individual investor before I started managing a fund, because what I learned is that overconfidence is a terrible thing to fall into, and all of us are guilty of it. If you have a track record of success, or if you've had a recent good outcome, I think that can color your perceptions of your abilities, or just your perception of how likely the next idea is to work out for you. And so we try to avoid that to the extent possible. But I would emphasize that for me, it's about perhaps identifying which of those two camps you belong in. And there are some people that are just fabulous at the home run camp. They're emotionally and mentally able to ride those ideas until they work out. Their investor base tends to sort of be aligned with that approach. And I personally don't feel like that's my temperament. My temperament's much more suited to sort of, I think, I much more value consistent progress in everything I do, much less than sort of taking these huge leaps forward. And for better or for worse, that's how I try to invest.